Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Rider Zero Spike back again once again. And today, people, today we are for Kamen Rider Geats episode 35, and we see the demise of the first rider of the Desire Royale. Got to get used to saying that, but we see our first demise of the Desire Royale, and it's a pretty satisfying one. Got rid of a master manipulator, and if you know, you know. If you have seen the episode, you know. If you haven't seen the episode, why are you here? Hit a like first. Hit a like, subscribe, go watch the episode, and come back. Because I'm going to know if you come back or not. I will find you. I will find you, Jacob. Okay? I will find you, bro. Hit like, subscribe to the video. Subscribe to the channel. But yeah, man. In this episode, we basically see that everybody is the Desire Royale. Next round has started. We see some friendships. We see some team. We see a team up, that's gonna continue in the next episode. And we see that Keiwa doesn't want his sister to know that he remembers everything that's going on. He does talk to Kakera about it, and Kakera lies to him. Kakera lies to him and says that, hey man, she wanted to do it, and technically. Kakera made her do it too. Like he made her become a writer and stuff. But to tell Keiwa that, oh, my sister wanted to do it. I mean, Kakera got some stuff going on, man. Like Kakera, I don't know what his overall plan he's got going on is. But I also see him working with Beruba. It's like, what's happening? What's Kakera's little thing? How is this all gonna unfold? Is this gonna end with Kakera and Sarah fighting, with Keiwa and Sarah fighting Kakera? I can kind of see that happening. But we end up seeing that Daichi has basically tried to get people to get on everybody's good side. He's trying to get on Sarah and Nago's good side by basically saying that, I'm just, I'm trying to help you guys out, trying to be able to truce and all this good stuff, master manipulating type of stuff. So, but yeah, we did see that Nago gives Sarah sort of the rundown of how the DGP works and what it is, and then she does find out, she doesn't know, basically reading about all the other writers. And finding out that Ace is the way he is because, he made wishes because he plays this game. He's been in this game so much and he's won so much that all the fame and fortune that he has came from all his wishes that he was doing. And Sarah is also scared that, they're going to have to fight him and stuff one day. But yeah, she's the only one that basically said the only one that's really kind of dangerous is Daichi. After Nago kind of explains to her off screen, I'm guessing from how messed up Daichi actually was, all for the pursuit of knowledge. He pulling some Odin crap right now, but. We did see how Keiwa is speaking. Keiwa's talking with Kakera, and the whole rundown of, hey, I'm gonna protect Sarah. I'm gonna protect my sister, but I don't want her to know that I remember anything. So Keiwa kind of keeps his distance from everyone else and not revealing. He's around, but he's not revealing himself in front of Sarah. Even though Sarah didn't see him save her in the last episode, she didn't see that. She passed out. So after Daichi put the freaking beat down on these two girls, which is still not freaking cool. But we did see that Geats is, he's getting ready to go on. Getting ready to pursue his mission of getting rid of the DGP. He does talk to Jin. And Jin basically tells him I'm torn between the fact that you want to take out the DGP, but I'm also your biggest freaking fan. So he's still gonna support. Him, and he gives him the Razorize driver, so he's able to turn into his Mark II form and his Mark II form. He's able to transform into that, And we after that we don't see Jin for the rest of the episode, but Jin is like torn at the fact that the DGP might be leaving, but his number one, his favorite writer is going to essentially get his wish, so I guess he's cool with that. So we did see how Buffer is also peed off that all this is still going on. He's making his own plans and things like that, and he gets a visit from Geats. He gets a visit from Geats, but this is also when the next round starts. The next round begins is the fact with Zool, I guess is the new game master. Zool basically said and starts this new round with saying, "Hey, all the writers, you can fight each other, but there are ID cores hidden all over, basically all over the gaming area, and the person in this game will take place for like 3 days, and whoever has like the most ID cores found will stay in the game. Whoever has the least amount will be retired and never can become a writer ever again." They highly emphasize that if you stay in this game, if you lose in this game, you're never going to be a Kamen writer again. And so it begins. We see that the girls, they go off to find some ID cores. Basically all these these are broken ID cores, by the way. These are ID cores from past writers, dead writers. And we see that the girls do end up finding some ID cores, but they only find one each. And we see that Daichi ends up finding 7. He finds 7 of them inside of this little it's like at a shrine, and it's like in this little little wooden house looking thing. He ends up finding 7 of them, and he takes those. But while the girls are walking around, Keiwa is actually around. He's following the girls around in disguise and things like that, trying to make sure that his sister is protected. So the girls end up going back. We see that Daichi finds that whole 7 of them, and then that's when he gets intercepted by Geats. Him and Geats, he basically, Daichi's like, "Oh, you haven't found any ID cores, huh?" And then we see that Daichi tries to strike a deal with him, trying to call a truce and team up with him while the game is going on. And Geats ain't having that. Geats transforms right into his Razor Eyes Mark II form. Goes right into the form, and he's fighting Daichi, and Daichi's like, "Nah, man, I gotta get out of here. This is it would be unwise to continue this fight." He tries to, and he ends up making like a cloud of smoke, cloud of dirt and stuff like that. He ends up running away from Geats, even though Geats starts shooting at him. He's like, nah, get back here, nah. So Daichi ends up getting away. We see that the girls only found 2. Keiwa didn't find any. I mean, Keiwa's really not even really participating in the game. He's there, but he's not really participating in the game. He's actually just following the girls around. And they get back to the DGP, the place they all hang out at during the DGP stuff. And we see that the girl's kind of bummed out about only finding 1 piece. That's when Daichi comes in and actually shows the girls all the ID cores that he was able to find. Also, there's a big tanuki. There's like a big, pulling some Kekera stuff. I guess that Daichi probably got this idea from Kekera, where he has like this big, I guess like ceramic knick-knack, like statue. Okay, it was a statue, big tanuki statue. And he kind of puts on this like weird voice and pretends and stuff like that, and says that he's hiding behind the couch, and he basically says that he's Sarah's supporter. He's basically saying that he's an admin, he's a supporter of her. And Neon, she stands up and sees Keiwa behind it. She's like, "Hey, keep her in the dark. Don't tell her that it's me," type stuff. Even and then Daichi's basically like, "Here, take all these as a gift, as a truce and stuff like that." And Sarah's like, the girls are hesitant to trust him. But even Daichi even sees this, but he doesn't rat Daichi out, stuff like. He's also pretending to be Daichi's friend and things like that. I mean, be Keiwa's friend and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so after he, basically assures his trust with everyone, kind of gets on everybody's good side, he actually calls up Buffer and says that, "Hey, The three of them are going to be out in the open. I can show you what spots they're going to be in exchange for you not messing with me. But yeah, I can tell you what. Basically, they'll all be here, and you can go ahead and take all of them out, and I'll leave all of that to you. And then like Buffer's like, man, what you up to? And yeah, so he hangs up on him, and that's when Buffer gets a Buffer gets a visit from Geats. Geats basically says, he said, yeah, man, I'm he basically kind of gives Buffer kind of like a sort of rundown of why, stuff like why he's in the DGP and stuff. And Buffer's like, so all your stupid wishes and all this other stuff was leading up to this. He was like, yeah, man, I mean, the DGP got to go down, and I got to save my mom. And then like Buffer's like, I never thought I'd agree with you on anything. So that's when we get the unspoken truce between the two of them. Now that they both have an actual common goal now, and sees that they're possibly going to be working together, but also doing their own thing at the same time, and only really fighting each other when absolutely necessary. But yeah, essentially saying that even Geats is Ace, he's that guy, and Buffer's essentially invincible because the wishes that he got from the goddess of creation are still in effect. Yeah, he still has the fever driver, all that good stuff, all that, that ultimate form, basically that's his super zombie form, still has that, thanks to the fever buckle. So yeah, essentially Buffer's still like freaking invincible. Like later on in this episode, we see how kind of invincible it really like kind of makes him. We did see that Buffer did actually fight the girls, but because he does try to attack them and stuff, and the girls, you see Sarah isn't still used to fighting yet, so she's kind of wishy-washy on the fighting, kind of half-assing it, kind of suck at fighting right now. And we did see that KY actually tripped Buffer for the girls to actually like get away, and Buffer's like, who the duck did that? So after we see KY, we basically Daichi leads the girls into a false like place to where he tells them that, hey, here, take these coordinates on the map right here. If you go there, there's like a bunch of ID cores there. So the girls end up going there. But they don't find any ID cores. But we also saw there are Jamato. Jamato still basically exists. Like there are a few Jamato survivors around. We did see that Daichi ended up defeating a bunch of them, and that's when he ended up meeting Ace earlier in the episode. But after the girls essentially feel like they've been duped by Daichi, Daichi ends up running into Buffer. But he basically that he's up fighting Buffer. After Buffer basically tells him that, hey, your greed and stuff like that is gonna get you killed. Everything you're doing right now, like you're usually the first people who do the stuff that you do, usually end up being the first person, to die. And basically what Ace explains to the girls. So Buffer ends up intercepting Daichi, and then Ace ends up intercepting the girls and telling the girls, while also K was in the background hiding. He basically says that I'm you guys aren't my enemies, the admins are, because Nago basically explained to him that, he said, well, Sarah is actually my friend, she's actually my real ally, and I truly believe that, and I know she won't end up betraying me. After Ace basically says that, hey, don't trust anybody in this game, because we're all gonna have to end up fighting each other, like one way or another. Like it's like inevitable, like we're gonna fight each other eventually. So she's still, Nago is still on the side of the DGP. Like she still wants her ideal world, she still wants this stuff. And then and she asks Ace like, why aren't you attacking us? And Ace is like, you guys are my enemy, the admins are, and that's who I'm actually after. We did see Sumari in this episode. She ends up getting really, really spooked by Zul after Zuel basically tells her that we're gonna torture them and stuff, like we're gonna play the game and all this other stuff, but guess what, after that we're leaving this world, and we're gonna make sure that we leave no trace of us ever being here. but first we're gonna just have a little fun with these riders, and he basically called them circus animals and all kind of stuff. So yeah, Zuul is possibly going to be one of those characters. Possibly going to be the one of those characters that's going to be really, really hard to beat. And also, it seems that Zuul isn't near him, but we'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that later. After so Ace walks away from the girls and he ends up going to he ends up seeing Keiwa sitting there. He said, "Hey," he said, "you guys are my enemy." And then he also tells Keiwa, he said, "Neither are you, stranger." And all Keiwa says is, "I'm going to protect my sister." And then Ace walks off. We end up seeing Daichi get absolutely mollywopped by Buffer. I swear it was overkill. But I forgot who we talking about. We talking about Buffer. We talking about that guy who don't give a duck, the ultimate anti-hero. Like straight up, he's destroying Daichi. Daichi is doing everything. He's like, nah, man. He's pushing everything off. Like Daichi's doing ultimate attacks, punching and kicking, all this stuff, and like Buffer's just shrugging all of it off, all of it. And I'm just like, yo, like Buffer's slick, still invincible. Like nothing hurts this man. So that's when he does like 3 ultimate attacks on Daichi, stopping him from escaping. He tries to escape twice, stopping him from escaping, and holds him down. And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, you're never gonna be a Kamen Rider ever again. Your greed led you to this, and now I'm gonna take your stuff, and you're never gonna be a Kamen Rider again. And then like he rips out Daichi's ID core, crushes it, and Daichi ends up fading away, getting ready to be retired. And Daichi's like, yeah. He's like, I'll never. He's like, you think you're gonna see the last of me? This ain't it, man. This ain't. It fades away. While that's happening, we see Betaba and Kaketa are actually watching this, and Betaba is like, seriously, that wasn't the ending I was expecting. And then like Kaketa's like, well, there goes the plan. But I wonder, what plan did you have, Kaketa? What plan did you have? You also were seen following Sarah. I guess that was you, because we had some guy in a suit that was following Sarah home. Maybe it was Kaketa, because Kaketa in his human form, air quotes, he wears a suit and stuff like that. So I guess maybe that was him. I don't know. I think it is. I think it was Kaketa basically following her, watching her go home. Creepy. But yeah, after that, Betaba looks up and she sees Archimedo in his ultimate fish Jamato form that he ended up becoming after that fish Jamato ate him. Yeah, he ends up coming and he ends up attacking Buffer and taking Daichi's ID core and says, "Hey, I'm taking this fertilizer." And Buffer's like, "You're still alive?" And he's like, "I haven't achieved my ideal." And Archimedo's like, "I haven't achieved my ideal world yet." So yeah, we're gonna see more of Archimedo. Maybe Archimedo it's defeated in the next episode. After we see like Geats and Buffer basically teaming up to fight him. But yeah, this might be a climactic sort of end for Archimedo. Because technically this isn't the real Archimedo, but at the same time it is, because he still talks and acts like regular Archimedo. He just got Jamato powers now. But yeah, man, episode basically ends off with that. But yeah, next episode seems like it's gonna be pretty freaking cool. The whole thing about Kaketa, all this lying and manipulating stuff that he's actually doing, and all these underground little plans that he's got going on. Yeah, man, I don't like it. I don't know. I feel like we're good. I would like a brother and sister fight against Kaketa. Like, I feel like that could be Keiwa's like final battle or final fight. Yeah, and the episode basically ends with the return of Niram and what was his name? His name was Win or Punk Jack. Yeah, Niram and Punk Jack are back. Niram and Punk Jack basically come back and they arrive with Sumidi. Well, not arrive with Sumidi, but they go into the room with Sumidi. But yeah, basically, she says, like, "How you guys come back to life, man?" He's like, "Well, we were revived thanks to Zuel. So I guess Zuel has the power to bring people back, even when the world has been changed and things like that." So Maybe Nerum and Punk, and Punk Jack. We don't know what happened to him. We just know that he got corrupted by Glare, and after that, he got hacked by Glare, and after that, we never saw dude again. But ever since Glare got kicked out, I guess the whole hacking thing probably freed him. But other than that, like he's back. He's back, and then that's when Nerum says that, hey, make preparations for us to leave this world immediately. So they're getting ready to leave the world, and the episode basically ends off right there. So yeah, but other than that, this was a pretty cool episode. I feel like getting rid of Daichi, I feel like Daichi's gonna come back in some form or fashion. I don't know, because I mean his ID core is broken. It is, but at the same time, I feel like he's gonna come back in some form or fashion. Him saying, "You think this is the last of me?" type thing. I don't want him to come back. I personally really don't like Daichi, but I feel like he'll try and come back in some form or fashion, because all he has to do is touch an ID core, broken or not, and he gets all his stuff back. But yeah, and with the team up with Geats and Buffer, I feel like these two guys are gonna really wreck shop. I feel like they're gonna really do a lot of damage. With the whole thing with Kikera and this plan that he has creeping up in the background somewhere, I wonder what's that even gonna lead to. Like, what is this all this for entertainment? Like, what is Kikera's overall goal? 'Cause we got a faction, we got a separate faction who's trying to do, because the Yamato are essentially gone. I mean, there are like a few of them running around, and we see that Archimedo still here. So we got two other small factions, but then factions that have their own goals in mind. And I'm just ready for Sarah to see how cool her freaking brother is, because she kind of thinks he's a loser, even though she loves him. But yeah, guys, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of episode 35 of Kamen Rider Geats. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think Kikera and Bedaba's plan is? Do you think Daichi's gonna come back sooner or later? How awesome was Buffer in this episode? Because Buffer's always kind of been awesome, but how awesome was he in this episode? Because he was just shrugging everything off. Are we gonna see, is Punk Jack gonna get freaking the monster buckle back since Daichi's gone? But yeah. Also, who is Zuel? Who is he? Because I thought he was near him, but he's not. Zuel seems to be a whole different separate character. Seems like it. So yeah. Also, what do you think the fate of Sumire is? What do you think they got cooking up for Sumire? Because she's tired of just sitting here watching Kamen Rider fight and stuff like that. She doesn't want to do that no more. But yeah, you guys let me know all that down in the comment section below. And remember, as I always say, like, share, subscribe, and stay henshined.